Hi guys, welcome back to CodeMine. Carrie here and hope you guys are enjoying C programming tutorial with our channel CodeMine. And the guys who still not subscribe our channel, please do subscribe. So let's start with the next topic, that is else if ladder. What is that? Why we use that? And how what is the flow of that else if ladder. So first of all we need to understand this data flow diagram to understand this else if ladder in C programming. And the guys who are not familiar with the if else, please go through the previous video and the link of playlist is given into the description, so you guys can do the full course of C programming from point topic 1 to topic last topic. So let's start with the else if ladder. So what is that? So else if in if else, we have some limitation that we can only use one conditions in if, and if the condition is true, if will execute, and the if condition is false, then the else will execute. So either the condition will true and false. So we have only two possibility to create only two blocks. So to remove this kind of problem, we have else if ladder in which we can add multiple condition, and based upon that we can write down multiple blocks. So that is the reason we use else if ladder in a C or any other programming languages. So if we have a if condition, for example, first of all we have a simple if, and if we have one condition, and the program will start from here and it will encounter a if condition. If the condition is true, it will execute that body of if and the program will be stopped, right? It will go out of if statement. In another case, if for example the condition is false now, so we have written another else if condition here, right? If this condition is false, then it will go to another condition, it will check the next condition. If else if condition is true, if that is true, it will execute that body of else if, like if it will execute that body only and go to the termination. For example, this else if condition is false, then it will again move to the another else if condition if that else condition is right. So there is a no limitation of else if condition in our C programming. We can write down any else if condition. So same thing will repeat. If this condition is false and we have written another else if condition here, so it will check whether the condition is true. If true, again that part of body of else if will executed and the program will be terminated. For example, if all the if and else if condition are false, then what will happen? We have a default conditions here. No, sorry, default else, right? The body of else will be executed and the program will be terminated. So else is not mandatory, but normally we write down else with the if else, right? So all the condition if false, then only the body of else will be executed. So let's do some syntax and do some example. So here we have a syntax like if, then we have a condition, then we have a if block, then we have a else if, then we have some condition, then we have this else if block, then we have another condition C, then we have another block of if else, then we have a else block, right? So that is here. So what will be the flow of a execution? First of all, the compiler will check if condition A is true. If the condition A is true, it will execute this block and the control will go out of this else if block, right? It will not check any other condition, it will check only this condition and go out of else if, right? If condition B is true, false, then only it will go to the condition B. If condition B is false, then it will go to the condition B and it will check if condition B is true. If the condition B is true, it will execute this block, right, and go out of this block. But if condition B is also false, then it will go to the condition C. It will check if condition C is true, it will execute this block, right, and go out of block. For example, if condition C is also false, so what happened now? Condition A, condition B, condition B, C, all condition are false, so the automatically the control will go to the else and execute all statements written into the else, and the program will be terminated, right? So this is a flow. So here we have a one example here, right? So here we have a int a is equal to 65. If a is equal to a is greater than 80, right? Print f grade a. In another condition we have a else if a is greater than 70, printf grade b. Then we have a else if a greater than 60, printf grade c. Then we have a else if a greater than 50, printf grade d. Else printf fails. So how will be the execution of this code? Int is a 65. For example, 65 is a number. So the compiler will check a is greater than 80, printf a. Yes, a is greater than 80. 65 is greater than 80. No, its condition is false. It will move to the this condition. Compiler will check a is greater than 70. 65 is greater than 70. No, this is not true. Then it will move to the this condition. If a is greater than 60, 65 is greater than 60. Yes, it's true. So this execution, this block will be executed and we will go out of this block. We will not check now any condition because one condition is true. So in a if else or else if ladder, only one block will be executed at any point of time. You cannot execute two blocks. Only one block where the condition is true, that block will be executed. Otherwise, if all conditions are false, then else block will execute. So that's the reason we will get C. Why C? Because 65 is greater than 60, right? Then we have another type, that is nested if, that will be discussed in a different else if statement, right? So let's do this thing with a separate so we will do a separate video in this program, right? So right now we will do a program on this else if ladder. So stay tuned and we will check how we can execute else if ladder. So simple hash include, then we have a stdio.h and we have here void and we have a main here, then we have a right, then we have a int a is equal to 65, right? Then we have a if we have a like a is greater than 80, right? We can write down here printf grade a, right? We have a grade a and we have a else if we have here a is greater than 70. We can put here a slash n also. So we have here so we can write down here grade b, right? And we have this thing here else if 60 grade c, right? We have a 50 grade D, and in last, if all the conditions are false, then we have a one condition, that is that will print fail. Stick, right? So that is a condition here. So we will execute program and we will see the output here, how we can do this thing. So we have this and we will execute this program and you guys can see grade C output. Why grade C? We will see here. A is 65. So compiler will check 65 is greater than 80. No, it's not. It's false. Then it will move to else if A is greater than 70. 65 is greater than 70. No, it's not true. It will go to the another condition. A is greater than 65. 60. 65 is greater than 60. Yes, it's true. And output will be the grade C, and then it will move out of this block. It will not check any condition further, right? So that is will be the out. For example, my output is 44. My marks is 44. So what will be the output? So here we have a grade, the output is fail. Why fail? Because it will not satisfy any condition and the output will be the false, right? So that is fail. So this is how the flow of a program, and we have for example we have a value here like 95. So what will be the output? The output should be the grade A. So we have this thing and we have a grade A. And why we have a grade A? Because it satisfy this condition and it's print out grade A. And now it will not check any condition because this block is now executed, and in if else or else if ladder we only executed one thing. If our one condition is true, then we will not check further any conditions, we will not get into any block, and we got out of this block of else if ladder. So hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys have any query, any questions, you guys can comment into the comment box, and in next video we will talk about nested if statements. So please comment about the video into the comment section, and please like the video, and do not forget to subscribe our channel by hitting the red subscribe button below this video, and share our channel with your friends and family so that they can also gain their knowledge. So at the end, thanks for watching. Have a very good day.